Am I the asshole for not scheduling the new hire's vacation? I'm the manager of a small team at a large company. Each manager does their team's schedule. I hired Lacey last week. Lacey told me when she accepted the job that she already had non-refundable vacation plans at the end of May. I told her that I did the schedule and would try to accommodate her. I couldn't accommodate her at all. There's already another team member out. I put up the schedule and was very surprised at an email from Lacey regarding her vacation not being scheduled. I informed her we didn't have the flexibility and that she was expected to work. When I went to my lunch break, I walked by Lacey's desk and was surprised to see it packed. She handed me her lanyard and told me she quit. She said that she wasn't losing out on $2,500 and that she already had an offer from one of the jobs she turned down that promised her vacation was safe. I'm now being called into my boss's office because she quit so fast, but in my experience, if you start a new job, you understand that you are last for vacation. My fiancé says that I'm an idiot and she was telling me, not asking me. Too long did not read. Didn't grant new girl's vacation request and she quit. Am I the asshole for not approving it? You are the asshole. Lacey told me when she accepted the job that she already had non-refundable vacation plans at the end of May. She conditionally accepted the job. The condition was her vacation. OMG, what kind of company is this? She did the right thing by piecing GGGG out. You are the asshole. You made it sound like you'd accommodate her and you didn't. Plus, the rest of life is more important and vacations are important for mental health. Lacey also isn't a girl, she's a woman. An adult, not a child. You are the asshole. When an employee quits, they are firing their manager. You showed her what kind of a manager you are and she fired you for it. You are the asshole. She agreed to the job on the condition that the non-refundable vacation was approved. You didn't approve it, so you've lost the worker. Oh, and your AL significant other TAH for that. If you start a new job, you understand that you are last for vacation. That tells me that it wasn't that you couldn't accommodate her vacation, it was that you wouldn't. That is literally the worst kind of management for not understanding that. Lacey is 100% better off not working for you. Your fiancé is a smart woman. Listen to her more. You are the asshole. Also, Lacey is a woman, not a girl. You are the asshole. I have a friend who just started a new position. We have a trip in July that we planned a year ago. She took the position being clear she needed the time off, even if it was unpaid. Lacey did the same. Your HR offered the position knowing the condition. You didn't even check with HR and decided you knew better, and the company just lost talent they had to compete for. Don't be surprised if you are competing for new positions soon yourself. A manager position does not appear to be a good fit for you. ETA. I am in the United States. This is 100% normal in the US. Update. Am I the asshole for snapping at my stepmom over being in the delivery room with me? Original post. Thank you to everyone who commented on my last post. I read through every single one even if I didn't get to respond. I'm sorry it's taken me this long to come back with an update, but we became a family of 3 a bit earlier than expected. I won't go into boring detail, but after rushing to the ER with my husband and my medical team being rockstars doing everything they could, our little girl made her big debut a little over a week ago. She'll have an extended stay in the NICU, but doing as well as anyone can expect for being 12 weeks early. Onto the update I was asked for. I took the advice given and invited Sophia to have lunch with me via a silly card, with a sincerely written note inside, that I left for her at their house, which was a throwback to when I was in HS and we'd hide notes for each other. We met at one of our favorite brunch spots so we could work things all out. I won't recount it all verbatim, but to all who said she was obviously going to turn into a boundary-stomping nightmare, thankfully, you were wrong. As one Reddit user suggested, I jumped the gun after only getting the gist of the convo Cousin and Sophia were having, and after talking with Cousin as well, I can confidently say Sophia wasn't attempting to convince me of anything. I had interrupted her when she was trying to express to Cousin that she was too scared to ever give birth and couldn't have imagined doing it without her mom. That, in her opinion, a girl needs her mom during her first pregnancy, and she only wanted to make sure I had all of the support I needed since my mom wasn't here. That's when I interrupted so rudely. After some more convo, lots of laughing and more than a few tears, it was like it had never happened at all, and she even got to feel a little bit kick after dessert. I miss those kicks. Regardless, it all ended up being for naught because Sophia did end up being my first call after I was admitted, and Hubs was just as uselessly terrified as I was. She was calm, collected, didn't overstep or hover, and when it was time for her to leave the room she had very heartfelt words that I'll likely never forget and which convinced me that at least a tiny bit of my mom's love, soul, spirit, energy is living inside Sophia. Anyways, that's basically it. Sorry it wasn't more dramatic or juicy, but Sophia is truly a gem of a person and pregnancy hormones apparently turned me into a raging monster. Our sweet girl was given a beautiful name to honor all three of her grandmother's middle name as a derivative of my lovely Mil's and first name as a beautiful mashup of my mom's and Sophia's real names. I'm beyond blessed to have such loving, understanding and supportive people in my life. This shit's so much better than the drama. The best updates are the least dramatic. Best wishes to all of you. Thanks for the update op. This is the kind of stuff I love to see on this thread. I'm not crying, it's just really dusty in here, okay. Sniff. On, op. This is a very sweet update. Sophia seems amazing and I'm glad you guys talked and you have a support system and your kiddo have an amazing grandma. Renesmee. J per kilo second, congrats. Am I the asshole for getting very mad at my friends for trying to get me to drink at a get-together? 23M, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I haven't drank in a bit over a year. Being sober is very important to me and I don't want to ever drink again. Anyway, my friends from high school invited me over to one of their houses. I was conflicted at first but I hadn't seen them in a while so I said whatever and went. I found out they were drinking when I showed up, which I expected and didn't really mind because I'm at the point where I'm comfortable going to events with alcohol. Anyway, they kept asking me if I was gonna drink and I told them no and explained why, but they didn't get it. Eventually, after they realized I wouldn't change my mind, they shut up about it for a bit. I asked my friend who was hosting if he could grab me a water, so he came with a Poland Spring bottle. When I opened it I didn't hear the cap click, so I got sketched out and I smelled it and it was vodka. I told him that was so not cool and just got up and left. I got a bunch of texts saying it was just a joke, but I ignored them. When I got home I told my girlfriend, who's also in recovery, about it and she said I should never hang out with them again. I thought that might be a little far, but I think they were very in the wrong. They seemed to think I was the asshole for apparently overreacting though? Am I the asshole? Not the asshole, but they are, and they aren't your friends. Sobriety isn't a joke. Your girlfriend is right. Edit. Thank you for all the awards. I come from a whole family of alcoholics. I know how hard it can be. Not the asshole, your girlfriend is right, they are not your friends. Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. Those people don't know how to support a friend. That was super fucking shitty, even if you weren't a recovering alcoholic. What if you had a medical condition or medication that is adversely affected by alcohol? That was some top-tier fuckery on their parts. An absolute asshole move. You were right to leave and to watch your back with these people. Not the asshole. Congratulations on your sobriety. Your girlfriend is right. Not the asshole, and not an overreaction. Even if you were willing to drink, spiking drinks is a no-go, and 100% a reason never to associate with those people again. Would I be the asshole for getting a lock for my bedroom? I, 20F, am roommates with my brother Cole, 26, and his girlfriend Grace, 26. Cole and I split rent and Grace lives here rent-free and job-free, if that's relevant. Due to past trauma, I am very uncomfortable with people being in my room, especially without my permission. Over the last few years, I've been trying to work on this and have gotten to the point where I am more comfortable with people coming into my room. All I ask is that they have my permission. Both Cole and Grace know this about me. Cole has no problem with knocking and has tried to convince Grace to do so as well, but Grace is always trying to push this boundary. Grace constantly just walks in or goes into my room to borrow my hair supplies or nail polish while I'm not there. If she really needed something from my room while I'm out, she could just text or call to ask me if she can go in there. Whenever I have a friend over in my room or Cole to hang out, she deems that since someone else is in there with me, she is allowed in too, and just opens the door to come in. Whenever she does this, she doesn't even hang out with us or my friends, just sits near and browses her phone. I have asked her several times to please just ask or knock before she goes into my room and reminded her of my reasons, but she constantly ignores me. Yesterday, I went shopping with Cole, and when we came back home, Grace was smiling and giggling a lot. Cole asked her what she's been up to and she said that she's just been chilling around before giggling some more. When I went to my room, I saw that some of my figurines had been moved around the room. One was even on top of a painting above my desk that she definitely would have had to climb on to put up there. I know this because I had to climb on top of my desk to reach it. I went back into the living room and Grace asked if I liked her prank. I told her that I did not and really don't appreciate that she keeps going into my room without my permission and that I will be getting a lock for my door. She told me I was overreacting to having a few figurines moved around and that it was harmless. I told her it isn't about the figurines, it was about going into my room without my permission and I am not comfortable with her being in my room anymore. She just rolled her eyes and said, "Whatever." Currently, Grace won't talk to me and Cole said he thinks it is reasonable for me to get a lock on my door but he might be biased. I've told my friends about it and some agree with me but a few think I should let it go and not unnecessarily escalate everything by buying a lock. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your room is your room. You're allowed to have privacy. I'm more concerned about her living there without paying rent. Is she on the lease? Not the asshole. Buy the lock. Your brother is supportive of you, and honestly this will de-escalate any future problems because you won't have to constantly argue about her going into your room. If she complains about the lock, behave in much the same way she has to you, whatever. Don't engage further than that. She sounds pretty spoiled and unaware of how her actions affect other people. Hopefully she'll grow up but if not, might be time for her to move out. Hopefully your brother will realize this soon. Not the asshole. Why on earth isn't she paying rent? That has to stop. Grace is deliberately triggering you and setting your recovery back. A lock is reasonable, as is forcing her to move out. I can't believe your brother is still dating a woman that is deliberately harming his sister. She is cruel and enjoys causing you emotional pain. Not the asshole. I'd have brought a lock after the first incident and wouldn't have said anything. She'd have found out when she tried to enter and couldn't or when she noticed a key was required. Not the asshole. You don't need special circumstances, like trauma history, to expect people to stay out of your room unless invited.